Hello and welcome to day 16 of the SmilingGrape Advent Calendar, beer Advent Calendar. I forgot what I was going to say then. So, started a few minutes early. It evens out from the other days where I was a bit late. So anyway, tonight we're going over to North Brewing Co. for a beer from them called Heliocentric. I assume there's a reason behind the name. There usually is. It did come up earlier on the internet. I was tapping helio and it came up heliocentric. So there's a reason behind the name. New England IPA, an alcohol content of 6.4% ABV. I'll have a look on the back, see if it actually says anything. No, so just, obviously North Brewing Company from Leeds. My good friend in Wales is doing the North Brewing Co. Advent Calendar. Good evening, Adam. And it's actually nice that the notifications work. And good evening, Wayne. Yeah, all's very well. Wife's out tonight, so I'm on my tart. Well, I've got the lads upstairs. I've got the dog in there dossing. So I thought, well, I'll just come on earlier and chit-chat, do a bit of a review. Nice to see that notifications sometimes work. I don't know why. So I wonder if that's a plan for the future to actually slap in an early notification. Might be the thing. Certainly on the run up to Christmas, if I feel like going early, I will do. Just because, like after this, I'll go and put the telly up, put a film on, and watch a film, or I might crack open an MP and just review that, or not live though. Yeah, all's well. Broke up for Christmas, Wayne, and it's nice to be off work. It is. It's nice to be chilling. 2.5% Cherry Radler on backup taxi duty if the trains fail for the missus. Oh, can't trust them these days. No, it is very worrying, isn't it? I was supposed to be picking my wife up tonight, and Angela, our friend, and Lisa, but Andy, who's picking is picking Angela up, so he's going to drop Tracy, my wife, off. So winner kitchen dinner. I now can stay at home and maybe have another beer and all good. North Brew is one of my local Leeds breweries, so looking forward to what you think. Yeah, I did notice that Real Ale Craft Beer is doing the North Brew Advent Calendar, so I may do that next year. I'm looking for a new Advent Calendar next year, somebody new, different, a brewery that I've never done before. Kitchen dinner, yeah. I'll be having no bloody kitchen dinner tonight. Although I've got some fried chicken which is defrosting, which we bought last week from Tesco's. So jobs are good. And, yeah. Just get rid of the water, and here we go. So 6.4%. Not heard of this one before. And again, the SmilingGrape Advent Calendar this year, I think, is the strongest it's been. I do know that peach, hooch, supermarket stuff. That's what I don't want. Don't want bloody supermarket beers, because then you're paying over the odds. So quite a lively pour. I will look at the date just for curiosity's sakes. Yeah, don't want supermarket beers, that's for sure. And even open my Advent Calendar for today. God dear. Try having two. It's good, and it's also bad, because sometimes when you don't want to do it, you've got to do it. And, sometimes, oh, God, I can't be bothered. And I do get days like that, I don't always want to sit down and do reviews. Although I do like doing a review, because I just talk crap to the camera, like I always have done. So as we can see, lovely orange pour here. Do want to go to North Brewing Co in Leeds. I do want to go to Tartarus as well, also in Leeds. So a Leeds stop off at some stage for train up to Leeds, stop off or bus car up to Leeds, overnight stop in Leeds. I don't know what Leeds is like as a city. Nottingham's can be rough. Nottingham can be, but you keep away from the rough pubs, you keep away from the rough areas. It's all about, in a lot of ways, it's local knowledge, But most people know. You look at somebody, you think, oh God, here we go. And you think, no, I'm not going in there because of that reason. And all cities are the same, aren't they? I mean, is it Manchester, something called the Moss Side or something? We drove on this road by, and it looked like a prison camp. And whether it is or not, I don't know. I might be even wrong about the name of it. But yeah, certain areas of Nottingham, you know, you drive around in your car and you'd be like, oh, this is dodgy. Anyway, don't upset people on the internet, do you? You don't know where people live. So, yeah, lovely looking yellowy orange pour on the camera. The glass suits this type of beer, to be fair. Frothy white head. You know, it's now dissipated down to 1 centimetre. At least the aroma's there. Bit citrusy, bit tropical. Nothing that smacks me in the gob and says, look, I'm mango. Good evening. Oh, I'm pineapple. Hello. Yeah. Thought I did get mango for a second then. Thought I got a bit of orange, you know. Funny, isn't it? You know, sometimes you can't smell anything that sticks out anyway. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I got that. Did a review last night and it was a sour. Mango and coconut sour. I got no bloody coconut the whole way through. Turned the camera off. Choffed the rest of it. Got a big waft of coconut. And it's like, you absolute swine. So they'll be watching that. If the company watches it, the brewery watches it thinking, why didn't he get coconut? And then at the end I did. So, balmy. Supping a cherry Chouffe Belgian beer. 8%, it's a beauty. Oh, does sound nice. Liverpool is a fine, except some areas of Croxteth. Others near Croxteth all are lovely. Yeah. The Dingle area, Toxteth. The city centre is safe as houses. Yeah, Nottingham. City centre, there are rough elements of the city centre. You can see it. You know, you can see, you look and you think, oh. Anybody who's worked in an area where, you know, unless you're blind, you can see the elements that are dodgy straight away. You know, and it's best to spot them from a mile. And this is sometimes is a good reason never to get too slaughtered, because you can walk into something you don't want to walk into. I mean, the good thing is in the city centre there's a hell of a lot of police, but still, you know, there's always that chance. That's why we go drinking in Beeston a lot, the Beeston area of Nottingham, because you don't see anything. You literally, I've been drinking there for a year and a half. I've only ever seen one bloke raise his voice, and it was quite funny because somebody told him to shut up straight away. So yeah, funny. Now the air's got to it. The flavours are coming through. This is the thing about air and beers. We're 8 minutes in. Beer's been open about 6 minutes, I think. And the air's starting to bring the flavours of the beer out. Lovely and smooth. Quite thick. For what it is, 6.4. It's not a triple. Oh, that is nice. I like to give breweries credit where credit's due. You know, some breweries never get the kudos they actually deserve. Some people are too cruel. You know, if a beer is bad, then unfortunately it's not great. You know, simple as that. I mean, that Twice as Nice from Aldi, that was woeful. Did we ever find out who actually made it? Or was it one of these where it was brewed at several different breweries, so you never really knew who brewed it? That must be the case with the home bargain beers. These, what did they call them? What's the bloody name of them? Glencanics. I know it's supposed to be Glen Affrick's other sister site, but it's the fact that the beers are so hit and miss, which is strange. Oh, Twice as Nice was rough. That the time I did a review, and it just wrenched my stomach. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with me as well. I mean, there's times where you'll have a beer and it's gassy, super gassy, especially on a hot day, if it's sat in a hot room, you'll drink it. And I've done that before last year. Drank a beer. I fancied a beer. Sneaky beer review down the shed. Fuck it. Got this beer. Choffed it down. And fucking hell, I couldn't move. I'm on the floor. I'm absolutely in agony because of it. Wayne, Shepherd Neame. I've had 2 of their beers recently. 1698. I've long said that is one of the best supermarket beers, without a shadow of a doubt. For the price it is, for the ABV it is. And last time I had it, I could taste glucose, and it was like, oh my God, properly taste glucose. Birkenhead site. Oh, they've got a Liverpool site then. Well, Birkenhead. Ah. Bloody hell. I didn't know Marston's did canned beers. I suppose they could do, couldn't they? Because, I mean, they do can some of their range. Somebody as a brewer, though, they should be looking at their beer thinking, oh, you know, they've got to be drinking it themselves for quality control. Drink it and thought, fucking hell, that's rancid. Yeah. Unless they've got no taste buds. A bit like the judges at this year's Great British Beer Festival, where Green King got second place without Abbott Ale. I mean, for God's sake, you know, there's piss taking. I mean, it's funny. There's piss taking, and then it makes the beer industry look absolutely awful, because you've got somebody sponsoring the event who gets second place, and it's like, yeah, Glenafric, yeah, I'm sorry, Abbott Ale, Green King made such a big deal of it. It's funny, you know, I've tagged them in stuff recently since I kicked off, and they used to like my post, but they don't, no action there. I'm not bothered. It's up to them. If a beer's good, I'll say it's good. But if there's something wrong, you've got to point out it's wrong, haven't you? Glenafric has always been based in Birkenhead, the Glencannick site in Scotland, and was supposed to be a whisky distillery, but we've seen things have changed. Rightio. I always thought Glenafric were Scottish. Just goes to show you. Wow. Obviously, Glencannick has an amount of money to spend on the product. So, and then obviously, is there a real care for it going to own bargains? Well, there obviously is, because some of them have been good, but they're in the same beers from different batches. It's been absolutely woeful. And I always thought brewers were quite particular on reaching, you know, putting the right ingredients in. And it just goes to show you that obviously not everybody's got the same quality in brewing. I mean, I did when I went to Castle Rock once and on the brewery tour, and they did say that if the beer's too high in ABV, they will water it down to get the absolute ABV it should be. So obviously sometimes on the brewing side of things, they'll do better. You know, the worrying thing is if it doesn't perform, how do they bump the ABV up if it doesn't perform? If a beer doesn't get the but I suppose they do all the tests for the most part. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, the projected ABV. Yeah, it's a strange one, that is. Yeah. I'm not sure how they, unless they bang sugar in to bump it up. The McCormick family that run Glenafric are Scottish, but I've lived in the Wirral for over a decade. Rightio. Cranbourne Poacher from, yeah, Badger, yeah, aka Poacher's Choice. Yes, used to be called Poacher's Choice. Yeah, it's an absolutely amazing beer. Badger beer for me are one of those breweries that are staying true to the world of beer. They're producing the same product and not messing about with the product. Doesn't seem to be anyway. I may be wrong. But the beers, I've had it on cask. I've had them on bottles. I've still got about 7 or 8 bottles in the shed from when I went down to Dorset, actually to Badger Brewery. And I personally think that they are keeping their quality as it should be, and I absolutely love that. Whether it's costing them to do that, or whether they can make cost cutting somewhere else. I mean, nowadays their branding's a bit samey. It's a bit like bloody Hobgoblin, where all the branding has gone to a similar format, where it was all quite distinctive. Brew a strong batch and blend it. Right, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, just to bump it back up again. I know when I went to Alter Ego to brew the Ragnify beer, Matt, the owner, head brewer, he was forever checking the ABV just to make sure it was coming out at the target that he wanted it to come out at, which was 6%, and it did. It came out perfectly. So fantastic brewing on that side of things. So pour the rest in. Yeah, they have like a percentage what they think they're going to get from the brew, like a yield or what. There was a name they called it, and I asked that question. So what's this about? What's this percentage? 60% yield or something, and then that's like, yeah, what sugar they're going to get from the brew. And obviously, if you do well, you'll get a much higher ABV. I mean, for home brewers, it doesn't bloody matter. If it's strong or a little bit weaker, who cares, as long as it tastes good. But obviously, in the world of commercial, you've got to be careful, haven't you? You can't be selling stuff that says 4.5% and it's 6%. Short Joseph Holt's in Manchester have a beer which varies in ABV between 5 to 6%, so some pints stronger than others, apparently. I did hear a brewer told me that you can, if a beer is supposed to be 5%, as long as it is 5%, if it's a few points higher, there's no issues. So also how active the yeast to yield sugar to alcohol. Yeah, well, yeast like Kveik is amazing. That's a yeast that they love, because Kveik yeast, most yeast have to brew at a temperature, I think it's between 20 and 24 degrees. Kveik, if I was told rightly, can be anything up to like 30 or 40 degrees, which is bonkers. And it brews ridiculously fast. So be an interesting brew for me. When next time I try and do an Impy Stout, to do a Kveik Impy Stout, the only downer with that is if it produces any flavours. Kernel's ABVs always vary between. Yeah, well, Kernel, they just bring out beers and then they'll brew a batch and they'll chuck it on, won't they? It's these companies that want the same content all the blooming time. In some ways, that's a good thing for Kernel, really. Need to get raggy on the turbo wine yeast. Yeah, I have in my last Imperial Stout. I did put a red wine yeast in to bump the ABV up. It didn't quite work, but the Imperial Stout was a banger, to be fair. Do want to go down that route again. I do want to brew some Impy Stouts after Christmas and barrel age them. I've got a few ideas planned. I want to do Hobnob Imperial Stout, a bit like Hobby One Kenobi from Bang the Elephant, but it'll be Hobby Rag Kenobi, just to wind out Damien up from Emperor's Brewery, just stir it a little bit, and then barrel age it, put it in my plastic barrels, maybe drop of whiskey or something or bourbon, just to give that element. And they've also got that, one of the other Bang the Elephant beers that I picked up today was an apricot brandy, barrel aged. And again, I'm thinking the same, to age that in, do another Imperial Stout, chuck 2 litres of apricot brandy in, and or 2 bottles at least. And again, leave it for about 5 months and see what happens. Same with a cherry brandy one. Oof. So you've already got the cherry, you've already got the a bit more ABV. Nano Brewery in Southampton, a brewed 21% Impy Stout. Wow, that's nice. I did have a 22% Impy Stout at Derby Beer Con. Yeah, it was nice as well. Can't tell you the company. It was a Swedish or Norwegian company. Essentially one up from a home brewer. Yeah, yeah. I know a lot of home brewers who are good. There's two in Nottingham that have just recently gone into the brewery as a nano brewer. Dungeon Brewing, he's not long been in. And then just recently, he's finally done it. Gumpy Fish Brew. So there's plenty out there. More of these nano brewers than you realise. Chucking the odd beer out there now and again, but it's getting all the setup. Your kegs, your casks. And then going from doing like a 25-litre brew to a 100-litre brew. And if it fucks up, then it's a lot of money wasted. Cracking homebrew fermenters about now with the brew never coming into contact with oxygen. Ferment and pour in same vessel. That's, yeah. Yeah, that's my bit of Achilles heel there. Because what I like to do, I like to brew it in the fermenter. And then I'll brew it, yeah, in the fermenter. Yeah, go in the fermenter first, and then I'll chuck it into the barrel. It surely must have to freeze the still to get from 17% upwards on such a small kit. That, or we used a spirit yeast. Alcatech do a 25% yeast. So yeah, you can. Depending how good the yeast is. There used to be a chap who came on the channel before I stopped doing the live reviews, regular, and he was doing a rhubarb wine, and that reached something like 25%. Crazy ABV. Be interesting to see how it tasted. Technically, the one down at Robin Hood last year was Robin Hood Beer Festival from Navigation Brewery, who are closing down. Although they were still at Beeston Market today, so I'm a bit confused with that. But the brewery trade know it's closing down, so I assume it is. But yeah, they did a 23%. Didn't taste like a 23. It tasted strong, but it did not taste like 23. So pour the rest of this in. Heliocentric. I do fancy cracking open that Centaur Army tonight, especially if I ain't got to pick the wife up. Oh, smooth as you like. Tropical flavours coming through. Bit of citrus and a bit of tropical. There's nothing, like I say, orange. There's nothing really coming through that's buzzing me, but it's tasting lovely. Good evening, Mr. Hobhouse, sir. How are you? We got a Cocker Spaniel in October. All rightio. A brown and tan boy called Lenny. I'm just out walking him now. Fair play. How old is he now then? They're lovely, aren't they, Cocker Spaniels? She's fast asleep on the settee in there. Well, hopefully she's not fucking biting through cables. Bit through my charger cable earlier. Navigation are not going to find an investor. They are selling. So the Trent Navigation pub in Nottingham, you got Notts County next door. You got Nottingham Forest, literally 200 yards over the River Trent. So off the yard, they put this mega, in the best sort of thing, it's a tent with a bar, tons of seating, big booking TV. They're going to do the same. They're going to take over the rest of it, where the brewery is, take that down, get rid of the brewery, and do it over there, because they make more money in one day than they do in a month. During the football season, it's a gold mine. The owners don't care for the brewery, and sadly, that's the way it is. The kit will go to somewhere else. I don't know where the head brewer's going. He's the only one left now, last man standing. And I do feel sorry for him because he's a really good bloke as well. Be sad to lose a second brewery in Nottingham. Castle Rock were going to buy the brewery kit, buy the brand, but they've backed out now. Let's be fair, in the grand scheme of things, all breweries are replaceable. As much as we don't like it if a brewery goes, but there's always somebody who's going to make beer, and it is a sad moment. I'm hoping that the head brewer can just buy the branding and buy his own small kit and brew navigation, but go more like nano if it's possible. I'm not sure if that's possible. 17 weeks old. Oh, fair play. So you're doing all the toilet training and all that business. So she's toilet trained. She's 2 years old, but she's come from a breeding kennel environment. They tried to breed her, she wouldn't have it. So we got her for free. They're based in Lincolnshire, and they've actually got a 3.5-year-old girl that they was getting rid of as well because she wouldn't breed. But she's going to require quite a bit of training to stop her scrounging. I've got to watch her. She's a lovely dog, don't get me wrong. Absolutely lovely dog, lovely temperament. But she's going to require training, and and not biting me bloody phone cable. So I've lost one today, phone cable. So, although I personally think both my sons upstairs won't bloody watching, and won't keep an eye on her. We was only out the house for 2 hours. I mean, really. So pour the rest of this bad boy in, and it looks a good pour. It looks a lovely orangey pour, white head. Looks a nice pour. I do like North Brewing. I think they're a good brewery with different range of beers all the time. Interesting brewery. .4%, super blooming sessionable, very easy drinking beer. New England IPA, always know their beers. The branding's really easy to spot. I mean, obviously the North makes a thing. The only thing they don't do is have some a bit. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't have some bits of information about the beer and a bit of bump about the beer, a bit of a backstory. And they don't seem to do that. Obviously, from Leeds, moved to bigger brewery because Tartarus took the old North Brewing Co place over, didn't they? Then he's got his toilet training sorted. No accidents in the last 2 weeks. Well, that's awesome, mate. That's awesome. And we've got to get her bedtime sorted. She's put in my son's bedroom for 2 nights, and he was all right. She was all right, rather. But the last 5 nights been in my bloody bedroom next to me. And I mean, it doesn't bother us too much, I suppose, but I'd rather she was downstairs kipping, to be honest. But I don't want to come downstairs in the morning and find my settee ripped to bits. Yeah, I think I'd forget I'm a nice person. Teething, so he's bitey as his teeth are hurting him, but apart from that, as good as gold. See, we ain't got that situation, so that's good. Obviously, being a girl, we've got the other issue, which we're going to get a spade soon. Good evening, Tommy. So, those who just arrived and those looking in the quiet, from North Brewing Co, Heliocentric, 6.4%, New England IPA. Like I say, nothing really kicks out on the aroma. It smells citrusy, tropical, if I'm being honest. Orangey pour, white head. Smells and tastes the same, super smooth, nice, because it's room temperature, it's quite thick. But that's sometimes, I don't know what this fascination with people having beer straight from the fridge cold, because when it warms up, that's when the flavors burst. Flavor is critical. That's why you have a beer with flavor. Beers without flavors, lagers, are better cold as you like. Lenny is crate trained. We have to get him a bigger crate. Yeah, I wonder sometimes about getting a crate and putting them in there. But then, we ain't got the space in the house now. So my wife took over. This is the dining room, and normally the dog would have been in that corner, but because of doing cakes, she's got a freezer, and a big fridge over there, and the rest of the room's all cake stuff. So she don't really like it that I've got it here. Heliocentric. I've had that on keg at Nerf's Tap Room in Birmingham. Oh, rightio. What did you think to it then, if you remember? It's tasting nice to me. It's a lovely New England IPA. Well pleased with SmilingGrape again. The box this year is by far the best that I've had out of the 3 boxes. Although I know a lot more about breweries now. I still don't know much about beer. But I know a lot more about breweries now than I did 3 years ago when I did my first SmilingGrape Advent Calendar. So, yeah, I actually know some of the breweries now. When people say to me, I picked a track one, well, I've never heard of these. And people, now, obviously, I have heard of them, and they are a great brewery. So we all learn, don't we, in the grand scheme of things. And then sometimes they're not knowing who the brewery are. You're reviewing the beer because you're on taste and not on reputation, and that's king. Because if sometimes we can have a brewery that we absolutely love and we don't want to, you're like, oh, it's not as good as it normally is, but it's a great beer. But when you don't know it, you're going to be brutally honest because you don't know the brewery, as you should be anyway. But there's a way of saying words, obviously, not to offend breweries, and not in a time of cost of living crisis. Didn't know if the dog was doing some of them. I've been gone 30 minutes. Hopefully she's not doing it. Hopefully that's the lads upstairs. Hopefully. I don't want to go in and find my TV's ripped to bits or something. This is the problem, isn't it, with dogs? Got 2 cans to take away. Oh, that's good news. So is it a newish bit? I mean, I haven't looked at the can to check the date out, so I will now because I've emptied the can. So the best before date is March 24. And again, I've had people saying that these cans are a short date, out of date, and sometimes they are. They are. It's simple as that. But the fact of the matter is, March next year is a good date. There's still 3 months of date, and a lot of the cans don't come with big dates anyway. Navigation, Nottingham Brewery, only put 3 months on their cans. They sell a lot of Attic Brew Co beers in North Brewing Co. Rightio. Do some cracking bit. They do. They did do some with Castle Rock at one stage. That seems to have ended. Castle Rock seemed to have gone back down, just doing cask and modern traditional beers. They don't do anything crafty now. Don't do anything different either. They've certainly backtracked on what they did. Gone a bit boring. I mean, in Nottingham, we've got Castle Rock, who've gone a bit boring. You've got Lincoln Green, who've gone into craft, who've not really gone anywhere with it. They've stagnated. It's like they've thought about the craft thing and they've just stopped, or they certainly haven't brought anything interesting out. And then we've got Blue Monkey, who are trying new craft all the time. The barrel aging beers. So Blue Monkey are doing what the big national breweries are doing. Your big breweries with a much bigger craft beer reputation than what they've got. And they've done really well. So, it's interesting looking at your local breweries and seeing how they're doing. I mean, if I look at Nottingham breweries, Neon Raptor, literally outstanding. Alter Ego, again, outstanding. Bang the Elephant, and again, yeah. And then there are others that, you look at and you think, what have you done? I've not heard anything from you for ages. And then there's others that put the same bloody stuff out all the time. My local farm shop, closest thing to a bottle shop, now sells Castle Rock, the Citra DDH Pale, which is sublime. Yes, it is. Yeah. I do feel that Castle Rock need to bring out more, though. They're very much in that modern traditional area where you bring out one beer new a year, if even that, and it's boring, and sometimes a few new beers is a good thing. You do see this with modern traditional brewers, that they stick to a few beers. Good evening, Liam, mate. How are you? No work tomorrow. I was just saying about Castle Rock that they've got a bit boring. And same, I think Lincoln Green also, with the craft element, have gone boring as well. Certainly nothing new. But Blue Monkey, bloody hell, they're smashing it out the park. Have you had any Northfield recording series? Mostly in bit? No, never even heard of them. Just go and check on my dog a minute. You're fucking ripping me carpet, ripping me settee apart. She's going to slap. Hopefully not. Bless her. I've left the TV on, and she's fast asleep. Ed's on the settee. Fucking, she's a proper dosser. Yeah. Ed's on the settee, fast asleep. Brilliant. That's what you want from a dog, isn't it? Although I've got to let her out for a wee soon because it's getting a bit late. It's been a while since I had the last wee. No work tomorrow. Yeah, thank God for that as well. Yeah. No work till January the 3rd. Yeah, I'm all good for that. Might win the lottery beforehand and can retire. Yeah. If I won the lottery, I'd have a tap room. No, I'd either have a tap room or I'd buy a decent kit and start brewing beer proper. Benjamin, good evening again. Chinese has just arrived. Oh, bless you. I had Chinese last night. I'm a bit bored of Chinese. We have Chinese every Friday, and I think I'm just at that point where I've had enough. Castle Rock seems similar to Slopin, who are local to me. Both breweries shine in their seasonal cask beers. Got to be honest, Hemlock Bitter, which is an old beer from Castle Rock that I basically badgered them into redoing, although they honoured camera with it, and it was me who said it. But I won't hold a grudge, even though I have mentioned it to them. That was a stunning best bitter. Stunning. Better than all their beers. But yeah, I ain't had a Castle Rock bitter for a beer for a while. Oh, I have. I had Black Gold. Never had it before. Black IPA. Fucking amazing. But some of their new beers they're bringing out, not that great, to be honest. What's the highest ABV beer you've had this year? Derby Beercom, some East European beer, 22%. Yeah, tasted amazing. Yeah. And I had to get home on the bus from Derby, and that's after doing that, falling over and smashing my face up. Chinese yesterday, Benjamin. We're going to Snowdome, Tamworth Winter Wonderland tomorrow. Oh, fair play. They're going Drayton Manor as well, mate. They're open. They should be open. Their Christmas openings, that they do. And if you're near, and if you can find the bloody place, Tamworth Tap in Tamworth. I tried to find it. I Googled it to find it, but Google just sent me on a merry-go-round, and I had to ditch it in the end because we was already late, and it was. I thought I'm not driving around looking for a bloody pub. And sometimes Google's good, Google Maps, and sometimes it's crap. Send you on a wild goose chase. Local knowledge is king. But yeah, Drayton Manor's open. Should be a good day at the Winter Wonderland. Yeah, let's hope they've dressed it up lovely. I have been to Drayton at Christmas, and it is lovely as well. No rides for me, mate. I hate the things. Yeah. Have I got any more collabs on the horizon? Well. I kind of we were out drinking last couple of weeks ago, and I was off twatted on the beer anyway, so I wasn't taking much notice. And we booked to go back to Filey So we're going back to Filey in September of this year for a weekend. September the 26th, I think it is. And I kind of put it on my Raggy's page with the hope of sowing a seed. You know, I'm good at sowing seeds. And yeah, so possible me and Mr. Bridlington Brewer doing a collab in his tap room. That'd be good. It'd be good to put it on YouTube to, you know, to promote his brewery and his brewery, his tap room. In the beer in bottles is all right, but the beer on keg and in cask is absolutely amazing. Yeah, I had one of his beers in bottle, but you know that. Oof. And he says he's going to try and get the Raggy beers on, so he's obviously going to do some rebrewing and get them on. So 22% beer, blimey. Yeah, it was fucking lovely and all. Went down a treat. I'm now on a Northern Monk 13.3% barrel aged imper. Whoa, bless you. Patrons project came from early this year. Been saving it, but I've caved into that Raggy. Christmas and darts on the same night. Oh, bless you. It's that time of the year when you want to indulge into it. I've got wine. I've got a couple of bottles of wine in the car. I've got wine in the shed. I've got impies. I've got no spirits. So, yeah, I've got to be good. Yeah. No good having a bottle of whiskey in the shed. I'd neck the fucker. Not because I've got anxiety issues or that. You know, you just get in the Christmas spirit, don't you? You think, fuck it. You pour one drink and you think, oh, that tasted nice. And then you pour another. And then you wrecked in the morning. I'm going to Breed in August again. Love it. Hey, hopefully he's done another Raggy beer now, Liam. He's done Raggy's Land of Illusion, and he's coming to Nottingham on January the 6th to the Star Inn in Beeston. So I'll meet him down there with the gang and anybody else, really, because it's a lovely bloke. He's nice to chat to. And, you know, to come down to Nottingham, I've saved him a can of Ragnify, you know, because he's given me a few beers. And last time he came down, and I thought, no, you know, I like to do right. And by time, well, no, I might save him some of my Imperial Stout. It'll be fucking steaming. Exactly. You know, sometimes you think to yourself, oh, I shouldn't drink, I shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. And then you see the rich, the mega rich, they're out on the piss every weekend. They're doing drugs, they're doing this, that, and the other. And then you get all these government bodies that say, oh, don't drink 14 fucking units. And it's like, don't tell me what to do. Because none of us know what the future's going to hold. As long as we don't go crazy, obviously, you know, for our own sakes. But, yeah, it's nice to let your hair down. Not that I've got any hair to let down, but yeah, it is nice. So yeah, I don't know if that's the 5th or 6th Raggy beer that he's done. It's bonkers. But yeah, to do an actual Raggy collab up there, and Dungeon Brewing has kind of dropped the hint there may be one there as well, and he's a local brewery based in Derbyshire. He's possibly going to get a bigger kit soon. So, and you know, he's really, the bug's bitten him, and I'm really pleased for him. And there may be one there on the horizon. Nothing from, at one stage, there was going to be a Castle Rock. I was going to help Emperor's Brewery out on a beer once, but it never transpired. Yeah. Did tell me a lie, he did, you know, and I wasn't overly pleased with that. Very surprised that Bang the Elephant never came forward. And again, Lincoln Green was supposed to do a craft beer, but never did either. I'm not sure he does do online. No. Because that was the thing I was going to do. He's got a wide range of beers. Bottle condition, so you do have to be careful on the pour. You know, you pour that 2/3 out, leave the last third, get the first 2/3, you know what you're getting. That last third, there's going to be a bit of sediment in it. Pour it out and just wallop it. You know, always the best way with that. The big breweries can afford to, you know, get it down a bit. But yeah, he didn't do online, but it might do it now. Let me just tap in. Bid Brewer. Yeah, Pentridge Hop House. Me and Liam know all about Pentridge. Fucking 6th birthday tap takeover, cock and hoop. We already did a live. I can't even remember what happened on the live. Fucking steaming. And can't even remember getting home. Don't remember turning the deep fat fryer on in the kitchen. Get up in the morning, smell of fat. Look, it didn't burn the ass down. And the bollocking I got for that. Fucking hell. I think that was probably the last time we went out. Oh, he doesn't post out. Rightio. Rightio. Too much shit from last time around. Yeah, you do get it. People are mardy, aren't they? You know, some are. As with Pentridge, though, yeah, fucking hell. I can remember getting to the coconut fine. I mean, I remember it was half canned, but fucking hell, them 5 or 6 beers in there. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm surprised coconut let us in again. Yeah. Oh dear, that was a good day. It was a good day. We need to catch up on them. You know, Liam, I'm more tempted now, and I've been on about this in some beer reviews. I'm more tempted to do days like that where we meet up and we go into the craft beer pubs in town. You know, you take 30 or 40 quid with you, you get some food, you have a good day. Then go to a beer festival, pay 25 quid to get into Robin Hood Beer Festival, 25 quid to get in, 13 quid for food, again, something like 4 quid on the outside. The beers themselves, they're not cheap. And, you know, you're looking at 100 quid. And against going out for the day like we did and probably spending about 40 quid. And, you know, it's a lot better option for me. I'm on 4th beer. I'm steaming. Got a lager if I want. Oh, fair play. I'm very, very sober, ridiculously sober. And I mean, my mate's, good evening, Jimmy. How are you? My mate's bringing the wives back. So he's taking his wife to Beeston, which is the other end of the city. And so he's picking them, the 3 of them up, dropping Lisa off, who lives nearest, then dropping my wife off, and then Angela, the other side, you know, back at his own home. So I ain't got to go out tonight, so that's great. Yeah, sometime in March would be good. I've got to save my pennies again now, because literally now until March I'm Fred Flint skin, but it is what it is. I'm not bothered. I've got loads of beers in the shed, so yeah. Glad he's dropping his wife at home. I know, what a fucking stupid thing to say. Yeah, and that's without a beer. Did I get a Christmas present from work? Yes, right at the last moment, mate. I was a bit worried that, you know, they ignored me for the Christmas party they had, which, you know, was really upsetting. Quite the kick in the teeth. The manager the site manager at Cockcliffe did apologise yesterday, said that was really my fault. I forgot to put it in the chat that you're in, because I'm not in the whole. They've got like a whole team chat where there's about 40 of them in it. I'm not in that because I can't be done with fucking kids posting shit. So I'm in what's they called the management chat. And again, I fucking mute that because I can't be done with them posting shit. And but they didn't post it in there. They posted it in one and not the other. So I didn't find out until the last second, and it was too late. I couldn't do it. But it did wind me up. All week at work, I had a fucking bad mood on me. And I had to work at the other site for 4 days because I was fuming. And, you know, sometimes, you know, when something gets on your back, you can't let it drop, and I couldn't let it drop. But they've come, she came yesterday, bought me 5 beers. So I've got 5 beers, got a couple of Northern Monks, Siren Craft, Wild Child. So, yeah, it was nice. It's a nice gesture. You know, it's not the money spent. It's the thanks and consideration for the work you've done for them for the year. We will sort out a day after Christmas. Oh. Well, I'll ring her back in a minute. After Christmas, Keith's brother's been up to my house today to pick up some stuff. He's nothing like Keith. You should go in both chats, but silence the busy one. That way you can keep an eye on what they're talking about. Info is vital. Get in the group. Yeah. Good evening, Mark. 5 days Christmas is okay, but a lot's getting on. Exactly, Mark. I've had years at work where I've got nothing, and not even a thank you. Fuck all. So yeah, it is nice. It's that small thing, you know. Appreciation is king. Telling somebody thank you for what you've done for the year. When the owner's riding around in a brand new Porsche and a brand new Range Rover, and you're on, well, not the greatest of wages, you know, and having to work Saturdays and Sundays just to keep up, just to make so you can actually do something, go out and do a hobby. You know, I mean, I love what I do. Good. Yeah. I'm on a bit later than I should be, actually. Yeah, I've got to ring my daughter back in a minute. She just rang up. But yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. I mean, I'm just waiting to see if the other site get back with anything, because last year, the handyman who works at both sites, there's 2 of us that work at both sites. He got something from both sites. I got something from one, 3 Audi beers, which they weren't the greatest, but it was the thought that counted. And then nothing from the other. And I really stuck it to them. That's like, you know, don't treat somebody in one way and then treat somebody, then disregard the other. So I'm waiting to see. The other side do not know that I'm on the holiday. So yeah, I have broken up from work. Yeah, yesterday was my final day. Back on the 3rd of January. I'm going to enjoy the time off. I need to, because I've got a bad leg from, what was that from? I don't know. I got out of the car the other week. I couldn't move my fucking leg. And then I fell over last weekend, and this arm here, all here, is aching. So I don't know what that is. So, yeah, I don't know if it's just old age. Is it old age? Where you have a bump and it takes fucking weeks to recover. Whereas in the olden days, you'd have a bump, next day, yeah, fuck it, it's fine. Back home now, drive the dog off, and now I have a beer myself. Fair play, fair play. Audi beers, love. 3 cans are twice as nice. Oh, fucking hell. It was Lock 10 Brewing. Do anybody remember last year? Lock 10 Brewing from Audi. It was like a Christmas cracker with 3 beers. They weren't the greatest, but it was the thought. The thought counted. It is a nice long break. Drunken injuries. Now I was fucking sober. Both them injuries are sober. I got out of the car one day, going to the pub, and I was sober at the time. And I got out of the car, my leg locked, and I was in agony. I couldn't move my leg. And then this one, I was gardening, and I didn't see this stupid fucking thing in the middle of the path. Tripped on it, fucking went straight into the fence. Caught me hand there. I've just pulled the scab off now. And then since then, my arm's been killing me. I bang my head every day, so it's not nothing. It's nothing, not nothing that I don't do, you know. Yeah, you know, can't help it. I just, I'm absolutely clumsy. Yeah. I mean, at least these beers, Beavertown's one as well. So I can review these and, you know, actually savour them a little bit. I think there's an apple crumble and custard pale from Northern Monk. I've not had that one. I've had the rhubarb one and some other fucking custard crumble. I dare say gimmick beer from Northern Monk, but the thought did count. I'm not sure I'll ever retire, Mark. 53 now. I know I don't look it. I don't fucking feel it. Well, I do with my fucking leg. But I'm not sure if I'll ever retire. I hope to get to an age where I'm still going, obviously. And I've got all my marbles. Well, at least most of my marbles, you know. You know. Everyone's got a story, haven't they? We've all done stuff. Everyone's got a life. Everyone's seen stuff. You work on a public park, you see a lot of life. Yeah. I've seen more shagging on the public park than you'd ever fucking know in your life. Good evening, David. Been a while. How are you? So I'm on the Northern Monk, Heliocentric, 6.4%. Been on it an hour now. Bloody hell. It's a long beer. And still got that much left, and doing well. I had pint to put scratchings beer on pump, and it wasn't too bad. Clever how they get the flavour through. I love pork scratchings, but in a beer, ooh, that's interesting. I'm on Polly's Brew Co satin patting from Morrison's. I did actually like that though, to be fair. Not keen on Morrison's prices. What are they doing with their prices? They're just on a different level to every other supermarket. But the stuff's shit. £8 for a sherry trifle earlier. I looked and I thought, are you taking the piss? £8 I look after my mate's 6-year-old son, so I do lots of school and looking after her boy during the day at the moment. That's nice. Keeps you young. I work in a busy shopping centre, lots of stores. Yeah. Lots of, I bet your eyes are hurting at the end of the day as well. Do you wear glasses? Sunglasses? I've worked in supermarkets, some of the sites, you know. I'd see people walking in dressing gowns and it's like, the fuck are you doing? And then women with leggings on where you can see through. And you look, whoa. Yeah, there's some things you do want to see, and then there's some things you never want to see. And, you know, oh, fucking hell. Yeah, seen some stuff. People who haven't dressed themselves properly, you know, you say, excuse me, you've got something showing. After they've been to the toilet. Morrison sneaker beer that isn't in the 4 for 3 deal, cheeky fuckers. Yeah, it's funny how now they've got all these cameras on them self-scan tills. Them self-scan tills, they aren't the best. The times you take longer on the self-scan than you do just go queuing for a normal till. I've seen a lot in life. A lot as a child, a lot growing up. We saw a female in the male bus driver going into a disabled toilet at 7 a.m. 16 minutes later, they're still in there. And she's got a partner who's not a driver. Wow. 16 minutes in the dirty toilet. Ugh. Fucking hell. Yeah. Although I've caught 2 men and a dog in the toilet. So, yeah. Fucking dog was limping when he came out. Poor little bog. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, you see some stuff, don't you? Real life. And the problem is, it's just probably getting him a blowy first. And then maybe that, and then, you know. God, there's no ladies watching, you know, lowering the tone. It's good thing people don't watch all the end to all these reviews. I've been on a series of finished Christmas beers tonight. Not really sure what constitutes a Christmas beer, but not bad. You know, there's a lot of beers that are so-called Christmas beers. A lot of them are repackaged just for Christmas, putting a different name on. I mean, Castle Rock near us have put Elsie Mo, which is a golden ale, and they've put EL on the end to call it Elsie Moel, calling it a festive golden ale. Same fucking beer, same pump badge with a little bit of Christmas glitter on it. It's the cheapest way of doing a Christmas beer. I mean, at least Welbeck Abbey Brewery, yeah, that's what I reviewed earlier. It looks Christmassy. It only comes out at Christmas. So a true Christmas beer, not a fake Christmas beer. I mean, I actually love Bar Humbug and can't get it now. Marston's shot themselves in the foot. I don't know why they aren't brewing Bar Humbug. This time of the year, it would flood supermarkets, sell out loads. None of it, none anywhere. And in Nottingham, I've not been able to get hold of Rocking Rudolph from Green King. Not really keen on Green King, but Rocking Rudolph's a Nottingham Christmas beer. So for me, it's super important because of its location. You could have made a few quid in them toilets, mate. Fucking hell. We used to have a police presence on the park because of the toilets. They were known as cruisy toilets. So cruising is a definition for toilets where there's lots of action goes off, normally gay action. And anyway, they were doing an operation in the toilet. If you've watched the channel for years, you'll have heard this before. But anyway, the 2 blokes were going in the toilets, and then one day one of the coppers went in, and he's having a piss, and the bloke next to him also he's moving his hand up and down. You know, he's obviously doing something. And then he looks over and he said, fucking hell. And he walked out. He didn't say it to the bloke, just pissing himself laughing. Walks over to his mate and says, fucking hell, I've just seen the bloke in there and he's got a cock. And he says, it's like that bastard and fucking massive. And I mean, I don't know how big it really was, but he's a big bloke himself and he says it was fucking massive. So God knows how big it was. But he couldn't say it to him, you know. And I go up to the coffee shops and all the coffee roasters usually charge about 15 quid per bag of coffee. Christmas coffee, 25 quid. Yeah. Bollocks, isn't it? Robinson's Brewery, cool, but it's just brewing an amber bitter and repackaging it for Christmas every year. Yeah, I know that. The one in B&M. Yeah. Yeah, you've got to be careful. So an hour, the longest of these reviews. Good thing the wife's not. They'll be getting them out arseholing. Dog's fast asleep anyway, so that's all good. So it's the night for it. Although I still fancy reviewing this afterwards, off camera, off live anyway. My Centaur armor, you know. Or I might save it. I might be good and save it. Managed to get a Christmas base from Morrison's. Fair play, Darren, and good evening again. Time to open an impy. Oh, bless you. Yeah, I'm falling into the trap. Although I may have to just keep to this just in case there's any issues, so I can jump in the car. She's setting in. Okay, David. Bit of an issue today. She fucking bit for a cable upstairs when my sons had her. So God knows what they were doing. I told her that, Benjamin, get a good hiding. Well, maybe not a good hiding, but fucking hell, the grief. I can't be done with the grief and the moaning. You know, Jesus. You know, there's only so much moaning I can stand. But yeah, she's settling in well. She's fast asleep now in the front room. And I'm going to let her out for a wee in a minute, and about 10 minutes, and get her on the back garden. They'll have a good wee and a poo. And yeah, it's not what you hope no one's eating. But yeah, let her settle in for the night, as it were. But she's a lovely girl, you know. There's some training to do, obviously, but especially when we're eating, fucking hell, she's got no boundaries. Comes right. I mean, there's looking at your plate and coming up to your plate and fucking trying to eat what you've got. She's walking on my fucking lawn at the moment and pissing on my lawn on the front. Because when the Christmas stuff's gone off the front garden, then I'm training her. Yeah, I'm training her. There's your spot. Don't go on my lawn. And I don't even want to walk in on my lawn. Don't like it. I'm a gardener. Don't like dogs walking on my garden. But I'll train her after Christmas. Get her, you know. I'm already training her for the eating. So you know, she'll be put right. You do it early enough, they learn, they stop. Once they've got into a rhythm, that's it. Wolf. Have you got all your Christmas presents in there? We haven't really bothered this much with Christmas. We put a limit, and we never put a limit on each other's for Christmas. But this year we've put a £100 limit, and that's that. So, and my son's also downgraded. Everybody I know has downgraded this year at Christmas. You know, everyone's getting less. I mean, I remember a time when at Christmas we'd spend £1,000 each on my kids. I was in a lot better work position then. And internet, I was earning silly money on the internet as well. But now, you know, it is what it is. You know, money's money anyway, it comes and goes. When you've got money, some fucker comes for it anyway. I've either got the Rivington and Siren Army of Darkness or a Welsh whiskey barrel aged one from 40s from Warrington. Do you like 40s? Paul Greenwood got me some beers from there. Yeah, I did review some of their beers. Lenny digs our grass up. It's only a smallish garden with 2 patches of grass and no biggie. Yeah, once they're trained, then it's all right. So I might have to go through a rough period. Once we went a few weeks without clearing gardening, my other half sent me out to clear up a load of dog shit at -5 with a promise of a bit of action. Yeah. Did you have a bath though after the cleaning it up? And with your nose? Jesus. I don't like the smell of dog muck. I remember getting sent to this garden once in Colic in Nottingham. They sent me down and I'd never refused a job at all. Got there. This shitty garden. Fucking... The people, well, they want the best. And there was dog shit literally all over the fucking garden. All over. Have a good one, Mark. Promise never arrived. Yeah. And I refused. And apparently then they cleaned up the garden, went down again, still as bad. So I refused, never did it. You know, there's absolute limits. Yeah, he bobbed it there. So, better go and see what the dog's doing. Now, dog's now buried in the garden. Oh dear. I was going to bury Charlie in our garden, but the wife didn't want to. So, you know, we paid to get him cremated. And now he's on the stairs, in a pot on the stairs. So he's with us still. But yeah, lovely orangey paw. But we have got the new one now. She's funny. Got fucking eyelashes that most women would love. You see all these women with these big fucking eyelashes that they've paid hundreds of pounds for. Our fucking dog's got them. It is hilarious. I don't know how they did it, or what did they do it for the sake of doing it, or she's just naturally got big fucking eyelashes. It's just funny. I get you. Yeah. Personally, I would have wanted to bury Charlie in the garden so I can go out and talk to him. Yeah. And he loved our garden, so that would have meant a lot to me. But you know, I was overruled, so couldn't go against the wishes of the family. Then you never know what you're fucking digging up in our garden either. So there's another reason. So yeah, orange paw, whitehead. Would I drink this again from North Brewing Company if anybody ever actually stays to the end of these? That's the only problem about Advent Calendar reviews. They never really review. It's more just a chit chat. But there you go. Tropical nose, bit of tropical, bit of citrus, orangey paw, whitehead. It's a lovely beer, 6.4%. Lovely beer from North Brewing Company. I'll say that in the description so no one has to watch the reviews. Just for the saying it, but all day long, you know, a good 4.4 out of 5. Solid loves. Right. Yeah, good 4.4 out of 5. The fact of the matter is, it's a great beer. The Advent calendar has been a good Advent calendar so far, at least. 16 days. Don't think I've had one shite beer yet, which is good. Yeah, no wine aged fucking sours, and no crap beers. The weakest beer was probably the Green King. That wasn't too bad a beer. It was weak, but it wasn't a bad beer. So it's been good. I know Hooch is coming up. Fucking Hooch. I hope that's not number 24, because that'd be just piss take. But as always, thank you everyone for joining in. It's been a blast. You know, it's always nice to catch up with everyone. And yeah, be plenty of times on the run up to Christmas. There may even be some random reviews as well. Scores don't matter a shit, really. It was a great beer, and that's really what matters. I might even fuck the scoring system off and just say, yeah, do I like it? Yeah. But I won't drink it again. Yeah, I might do. Anyway, gotta run. Go and check on the dog. I don't know issues. Can't be done with it. But and I want to put TV on as well. And phone my daughter back. Fucking hell. But anyway, thank you for watching. See you soon. Cheers. Yeah, but remember, phone my daughter back. Cheers.